Hey, it's you guys. What are you doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Just getting things loaded up here. Let me get this camera set. Check this out. Let me stand up a little bit. Heck yeah, man. Vintage. This is when it was back in Gainesville, Texas, where it should be. All right. Where are my eyes so I can see? There we go. All right, a little bit different camera angle, but hopefully you can see what's going on. Man, oh man. What a crazy stretch. I hadn't been on and done any live stuff in a while. I mean, I was at the lake the one day, but nothing else because I've been so busy with trying to get the end of this work session stuff getting done for I can get ready for summer, school year over and all that good stuff. So let's take a look and see who do we have here. Oh, there's old gnarly 20. Yep, I see you. What's up, man? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. The fishing I've been disappointed, but it has been hot. I've been testing out some top water stuff. You know me, always wanted to test lures. And I tested uh, a skitter prop from Rapala, and I had a lot of fun with it. So I've got a nice catch with it. I may load that up just as like a small video. But then I got skunked the rest of the day, and then there was so many people coming in and out of this place I was at. Man, it was driving me nuts. But I got some good news. I don't know if you could tell. I got some of the lard down, so I'm doing really good. I got some actually a ton of orders in. I can't go through all of them. Stuff like Sluggos, Lunker City, Alewife, Lookalike Baits. I think I have one right here I can show you. Paired with a VMC head on there. Look at this. The tail got snipped off. So I had a hit on it. I don't know if it was one of those wacky, this is when I was on the river. I don't know if it was a wacky, one of those a sheep's head or what. So what I do is I trim this a little bit, the head, and then I can thread it. But look at the swirl on it. It's got some cool color effects on it. It's just a little, a little chubby morsel, and it's heavy enough where it's got good casting and it's got the seam there. So there's for when you rig it, but I don't need that. I just run the hook through the middle and come out the top. But yeah, the tail got sniped. Might have been like a little striper. What else have I been throwing? Oh man, you guys have seen it. Here's a smaller version of that on a sneaky underspin. This has been catching me all kinds of fish. And I've got a lot of different things I want to test. I just hadn't had a chance to do. So threw the Kitech around a little bit. Big Joshy. Been throwing this guy. A little Yum FF sonar minnow and a little sneaky underspin. Just the typical stuff. So I threw a spark shad on a Santone jig head. Check that out. Man, this is good stuff. So I've just been testing different things, having a lot of fun with it. Here's a little leech I've got on a little mushroom, like a little Ned head. Just bounce that along. So I've been having a good time testing stuff. Threw this quite a bit, didn't get any bites. I don't know if you can hear, but the rattle's in there. How in the heck did this thing not get crushed the other day? So I'm going to be tossing around some Carolina rig stuff. I don't really fish it that much, but I'm going to try it out. I might as well get all that tested out before I head up north. Let me see anything else that's new. Oops. What happened there? Ugh. All All right, guys, I get these little bags or pouches on Amazon for next to nothing. And these are baits that I interchange out all the time. This is my little topwater bundle. I got this today. This little Sunny Bee twin spin. It's got a nice bead there, a little separation. And you know how it is with, oops, let me get my hand out of there. You know how it is with Bagley. Premium stuff, wasn't expensive. So we're gonna check that out. Then I ordered one that isn't here yet, which is, I think, is a Berkley one that's got plastic spinners on there. We're gonna try that out. I tested this one this weekend, this Wounded Zara Squeak from Hedden. Look at that. And this thing, the commotion this thing makes in the water is just absolutely phenomenal. Check that out. So, and I've got one of my little clips. I'll fast clip it on there, and then I'll have my fluorocarbon. I don't have any issues with anything getting tangled in the blades. So, and there's some little ways you can get around that, but this is a big bait, very castable. Tested that, nothing crushed it. I couldn't believe it. Then, from LureNet, I got one of these custom devil's horses, and I need to put just a little bit of oil on here, WD-40, to help this front spin out, because it is not moving too well. I thought about returning it, but I was like, it'll be fine. So this is a devil's horse, and this thing can cast like a bullet. I know everybody complains about the castability of Bomber stuff, man, and Smithwick. I don't pay attention to that. They cast just fine for me. So that one's from Smithwick. I think I said Bomber. Then I got the old standby, the Super Spook Junior from Hedden. And I've caught some fish on this. You can kind of see I've sharpened the hooks on it. It's got some wear and tear. It's got some dings on there. I think I pike crushed this, but this thing has really been taking a beating. Then I have one, and I cannot for the life of me remember what company this is from. So if you know, give me a shout out. Oh, here it is, right here. Trail Art. Check out this guy. It's a big, big bait. It's translucent. So I hadn't had a chance to throw this one yet. So I went out and the thing is, we had a whole bunch of rain. The water got high, and then some places I couldn't get to. And then I tested out a new pond, which I could throw some topwater stuff on, and I was having a good time. And I need just to get more time in, some more practice in. But check this little fatty out. These are these little things from Lunker Hunt. I need to test this one. It's just like a little frog, little hollow bodied. I need to put one of those Lake Fork little gadgets on there that the two rings slip into here, and then a single hook will come up. But I haven't done that yet. And this guy got plowed, actually T-boned, not by a very big bass, but it was a great strike. This is a little skitter pop from Rapala. I'm looking for any signs of teeth marks. No, but I mean, he came up and just kapow right there and got the hooks in him. So I had a lot of fun throwing this. So I'm doing all my topwater stuff now. I've never done that before in the past. I'm usually doing my crappie stuff. I've had terrible luck with crappies this year. Here's a little hula popper. This came with the purchase of some Smithwicks that Blake is repainted for me. So this little hula popper right here is pretty cool. All right, so we went through that. This guy for topwater that I caught a nice fish on this weekend. We got the Smithwick right here. The Lunker Hunt. The new Bagleys. The Wounded Zeraspook. The old Standby. Super Spook Jr. and this guy. I can't read that. Let me look. Where are my other sets of eyes? Are they back here? Yes. Let me take a look at this. What did I call it? It's Team Arc. TS115. Jeez Louise. Am I doing that bad with remembering baits? Anyway, it's been the back half of April and May have been really stressful for me, and just a lot of stuff going on. But it's good things, you know. You got to think of the line of work I'm in, and you're trying to get everybody in the same spot to round out the year in a good spot, and it can be difficult. All right, so these little pouches, so they can, the hooks don't always penetrate through, but they can. So you got to be careful with it, but it works fine for me. Let me set those down here. All right, guys, I'm so far behind on tying the jigs. Look at this. This is the second box, and I haven't done anything since that one day, which was what, over a month ago, where I was tinkering with them. All right, guys, this is my top water box. I'll try to show you without spilling everything. Hopefully you can see in there. Oops. Okay. So what I'm going to show you is, come on, let's get over here. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. So I threw this out at my friend's pond. This is that Lake Fork little hook system. It's got these two rings that come on the back, that come over the hooks, and then it's got a single hook here that sits up. And I haven't caught anything on it yet. I didn't use it all that much, but I've got my usual stuff. I got these on the Booyah Pad Crashers, and I've got these other ones. Typical hollow body frogs. And see, the thing is, when I head up, well, here in Texas, I don't care what anybody says, you can catch fish on top water year round. There's not, I don't look at it as a season, and I'm not kidding. I've caught them in the dead of winter on top water, and then up in Iowa and Wisconsin, I've caught them all summer when I've been up there. Check out this guy. This little mouse. I hadn't tested this one out. And then I threw this one a couple weeks ago, this little beetle. This thing is cool, how it works in the water. It gets down there. One thing I noticed is you got to do it real slow. You got to have some patience. And of course, the Whopper Plopper 60. And I was one of the first people to get a review out on this. And it's one of my highest watch videos. It's good stuff right there. Whopper Plopper, hadn't used it that much. Last year, I just could not get any bites on it. And I've got a ton of them. I've got a special one here that I fished. This one my mom got for me. It's a little knockoff of like a Chapo and a Whopper Plopper. I don't want to lose it. Okay, let's get into some interesting stuff. This one on Instagram, I put up there the question, does anybody know what this is? This one came in an order because I've been buying these Cotton Cordell Crazy Shads. I love them. And you saw me do a video on the one that kind of green, this little guy, this little sunfish pattern that Frank Scalish did. I did a video and posted some pictures on this. This thing was catching fish. I had a lot of fun with this. So I said, you know what? I'm going to add a few more to the, I had two, so I think I'm up to a total of 8 now. I got some of the older ones, because the older ones are big and heavy, these 3-inchers. Look at this. This is a vintage one. Look at this guy put on here, a little clip, little snap on the front of that. So I may put on my own little, I mean, it holds, but I don't really trust that. I'll figure something out. There we go. Anyway, so I've been collecting these guys. Look at that cool color on there. The back prop is a little stiff. So I put a little bit of baby oil of all things, and that loosened it up really nice. There it goes. And the front one's just easy going. I don't mind it, because even if this doesn't spin, it puts off a weird, the water displacement can really attract fish. So I got that big old boy. This was the other one. This is a smaller one. And check that out. He put his own little chartreuse on there. On the top. Right there. It's blue, translucent. I'm like, hey man, it works for me. And there was that collection of them was like maybe this, that fatty, and that one was like maybe $12 for all of them. I'm like, psh, I'll get it. Anyway, all right, so this I put on Instagram. If anybody could note what it was, check out the eyes on the bottom. Look at that red and the orange coming down. Look at that pattern on top. So nobody was able to answer it, and so there was no comments in there. That thing was up for a few days. So this is a Dalton fish stick, which I had never heard of before, but they're pretty popular, and they're pretty expensive on eBay. This one came as part of a bundle, which I got a good deal on. So there was like 12 something. So I was like, you know, I'm trying to get the crazy shad, but that was part of it. I was like, that's not going to bother me to have that. And then of course I got my little torpedoes. I've been having trouble with these because I'm not patient enough. Just like I've been working with that 6 Sense 80 wake, and I reel it too fast, and it's not doing its thing. You got to go real slow with them. Long pauses. And then this little Lunker Hunt popper. I'm not a big fan on poppers. I got a friend of mine that puts weight on the back of this, and he'll actually put quite a bit, so it sits like this in the water. So when he pulls it, it's definitely it's popping, and then when he stops, it like sits like this, and with this hanging down, the fish just absolutely crush it. So I don't know why it works so well, but he does it, and it's like, because if you have it normally and give it 2 tugs, 1, 2, or some cranks, 1, 2, 3, it's already out of the area. But if it's like this, 1, 2, 3, because it's, I don't want to say completely upright, but 1, 2, 3. So you'll have up to 6 of them in there. So I don't do too well with the popper types, but I'm going to test those out in Iowa for sure. All right. I'm excited about this. I got a few more that are coming in the mail. I think a total of 8, 2 different groups. And then somebody on eBay was selling 5 vintage Model A bombers in that cool chartreuse black back that I like, that I had Blake paint me some of those. $8. I was like, what? So it's a lady who's selling a bunch of antiques and stuff like that, and she put those up there for dirt cheap. So I snatched them up. This guy, This has been my favorite bait of the spring. This is one where the gar kept swiping at it. They didn't like it, but I could never catch them. It was cat and mouse. So I'm starting to get a collection of these. Now I got to figure out what I'm going to do with, if I'm going to move some of this stuff I'm not going to fish with. Excuse me. Yeah, it's been a long week. Guys, the only thing I can tell you is I work with such amazing people. I mean, I'm not kidding. I've been so blessed to work with such great people that it's been really awesome. So it's helped relieve a lot of the stress that you get towards the end of the year. All right. Let's get our stuff rolling here. Man, I hadn't tied anything in for so long. I got to see what I got. Let's get this stuff rolling. We'll tie a few. Definitely tie a few. And then I'm friends with Travis Myers on Facebook, who's a real hammer back east. And he has done some podcast stuff with old Smallmouth Crush and the crew. And he had some nuggets that were just absolutely gold the other night. And I visited with him, chatted with him about a couple things, and he clarified some stuff that is just going to make things so much easier for me. A little modification to tubes and different things. The guy he knows his stuff. And I was so grateful that he was willing to share and help me out to catch some when I'm working on smallmouth and walleye in the summer. All right. So, a couple things I've noticed in doing this. The patterns that are definitely hitting with the colors are the green bucktail color, and then of course the white marabou with gray, looks like a minnow, and black and white. So I've had quite a bit of success on that. I haven't showed a lot of videos with the hair jigs, but I've caught quite a few fish on them. And so I've been real excited about that. I know I was saying a few minutes ago, I hadn't done a ton of crappie fishing, that it's been rough. It has, but the chances I've been there, the hair jigs have come in clutch. And then Pine Outdoors, I use a lot of his plastics, do a lot of beetle spin stuff with it. But I think, hey, what happened to the lights? Ugh. It's because I hit this crazy timer. Look at that weird color scheme. All right, anyway. So what it is, I like the Pine Outdoors. He does it super cheap. He does some great stuff. But I think I'm just going to switch to the Bobby Garland stuff and use that consistently. All right, let me see. What are we doing here for feathers? Feathers. We've got this. We've got this. And of course, the good old turkey feather from the farm. All right, boys, let's go. Let's tie a few. What does YouTube always say? Go live, go live. Well, pretty consistently in here we've had Gnarly 20, so thank you, buddy. All right, this is going to be blocking my face, but that's just how it's going to be. I got to tilt this down here so I can see. I'll move it over here a little bit more. All right, can I remember how to do? Oh yeah, we were working on the greens. So these are 1/16. Some good stuff. So hey, I appreciate you hanging around when I was doing all the lure, going all the stuff I've been working with the lures. So I hadn't had a chance to do this in a while, the live stuff. And look at that, it's like right on my nose. It's like an optical illusion. It's in the middle here, but your middle, this is like way off camera. It's kind of weird how the phone works like that. But anyway, so I've been, it's this time of year, it gets super stressful and I don't have a lot of time. So I got to split it with getting work stuff done. And then if I want to try to go fishing, there's not as much live stuff going on. Let me see here. All right. Yeah, we're going to be using some red through here. Let's go. So we'll tie a few of these just for old time's sake, and then I'll let you guys go. Have you guys been paying attention to any of the fishing discussions? How people are getting bent out of shape about this, that, and the other? Forward-facing sonar and all that stuff all over again. What in the heck happened here? What the heck is going on? How did this get all coiled up? There we go. Well, the thing is, that's one thing I don't really have to worry about, because I love doing the bank fishing, and it's just something I've been doing for since I was a little kid. And I've done boat stuff before, and I don't mind it, but something about the simplicity of bank fishing, it's just that's where it's at for me. We may not be doing any tying tonight. This thing is just all kinds of messed up here. Crazy. All right, let me fix this and then we'll get back to it. You guys are like, hey, what's going on here? This is a crummy live stream. Well, I hadn't done one in quite a while, so just bear with me. I got to get these jigs tied one way or another before I head up there. I don't have a lot of time, just a couple of weeks. I got to get things closed out, get the classroom all broken down for the year. And then you always have these checklists you got to go through, get this done, get that done. Leave all your contact info for the summer, all that good stuff. So I'm not complaining. It's just, it's a lot of stuff you got to go through to get ready for the summer. And a lot of teachers think that, or a lot of people think that teachers are getting paid for a whole year. We don't get paid for the summer. We get the summer off, but we don't get paid for it. We only get paid for what you're teaching, which is what, like 10 months, depending on where you are. So let me get this out of the way. So if we're, once we're done, we got to get things wrapped up and ready for the summer, and we go enjoy it. But you got to budget everything properly because you're not getting paid for that stretch. So I've got some fishing stuff I'm going to be doing with Andrew Ragas up north. So I've got that all paid for, and we're going to do some smallmouth, maybe some walleye fishing. Then I had to book where I'm going to stay. All right, where is it? Here we go, guys. Once again, I can't thank my friend enough, the family that donated this to me. There we go. It's like riding a bike. Check that out. Man, that looks good. So what are you guys going to do for this summer? I've got the fishing trips planned. I know I'll be doing something with my cousins. But you guys got anything else going on? Fishing tournaments, trips, family vacation, taking the kids somewhere? I've already got some fishing reports from my dad up there. He's saying that, let me get this over a little more. The key fish are biting in the key spots that he knows I like to go after. So there'll be a whole bunch of content coming as usual when I'm up there. Let's get this guy right here. I gotta knock the rust off from my locations up there. I gotta go through my videos to watch and see what I was doing, what was working. All right, check out this one, man. This one looks good. First one in a long time. Let's see if I can remember how I do my awkward line tie. 1, 2, 3. A snip. And some glue. Just a little bit. This is good stuff right here. I love this stuff. I've tried a bunch of them. That little Zap-A-Gap is good. All right, let's take a look at this. What is going on here? Okay, now remember, it's going to be fluffed up like this, but when in the water, it thins out. I don't like to have it too far past the hook, but this one will work. And that's all it is. That's all you need. It's just that brown and that white. Man, it's just crappie central right there. All right, let me hang this up over here. All right, we got to keep it going. I don't need eyeballs now. Eyeballs I do later. What's up, buddy? I got a text message from one of my friends. He can't quite jump on yet, but he might in a little bit. Oh yeah, I know what I was telling you guys. Have you been paying attention to all the Elite Series, Major League Fishing? People are still sharing their thoughts about forward-facing sonar and this and that and all the chaos with it. Like I was saying, I don't have to worry about it too much because I don't have a boat, and it's just something that I prefer the bank fishing. And I know people think I'm crazy. They're like, well, if you had a boat and you had the electronics. I don't know, man. I'm just different that way. I like traditional stuff. Like, I like these old lures. And I know everybody likes the old lures, but I don't know. I just like bank fishing. Is a certain, probably because of the type of job I've got. You're not having to deal with the boat and this and that. What was that? Getting it off the trailer. And I'm just sitting there fishing in my favorite spots. It's peaceful. There's not a lot of racket except for nature. And it goes back to what my dad took my cousins and my siblings and I to do. Just a cane pole and go fish. Oh, by the way, one of the channels, guys, I need to do a shout out. Cane Pole Willie put out a video not too long ago. Man, that channel is awesome. If you hadn't seen Cane Pole Willie, go check him out. Good stuff. Good to see him back. He did a modification to, I guess it was like a John boat. And he's got like one of those old school, kind of like, what was that movie where that Grim Reaper dude was at the back and you gave him a coin. It was like a Conan movie. And he's got that, he does this to paddle, and it also is it steers, but he's going like this, back and forth, and the oar is like a single oar out the back. I don't know what you call it, but he's got one of those rigged up so he can have one hand to row like this and the other hand with this cane pole out there. He can almost troll that thing. So he had a great video. Go check that out. I'd like to make one of those, but I'm getting closer and closer to buying a kayak. I keep thinking about it. And then what? Because then you know what would happen. Oh, I got to get a trolling motor. Oh, I got to get this. I got to get that. So I don't know. Maybe next year will be the kayak year. Although it'd come in pretty handy this summer. All right, here we go. There's another one. See what I mean? It's a little long, but I think I'm going to leave it. It's got some good flair in there. I didn't put any tinsel, but I will. Didn't I show you guys where I made just like a pure tinsel one? That was pretty cool. All right, we'll do a few more of these, and then we'll let you hit the road, or I got to hit the road. You guys can hang around here and watch other stuff I got on the channel. But I just got lots going on. Man, I've just been so into tackle the last 2 months and trying to get tackle in, and the FF minnow, FF sonar minnow from Yum, paired up with that sneaky underspin. Oh, and the Sluggo, I forgot about that. I've been testing out the Sluggo. I think I forgot to put this on Do Not Disturb because I keep getting all these messages in. And so it blocks the screen when I'm looking at you guys. Anyway, where's my flash? Where's my flash? Aha, here it is. We're going to put the flash on first. So as I was saying, from Lunker City, they sell the those alewives I was showing you, but they also sell the Sluggo up to like a 12-inch. I got a couple of 7-inchers and some 5-inchers. Here we go. We got some blue flash, and so far, I've had a ton of fun fishing the Sluggo. What am I doing here? Come on. Fat fingers, guys. I still got the fat fingers issue. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. All right, there's our flash. Okay, so this one we're going to do our bucktail green. No. No, no, no. No, no, no. We're going to do black and white marabou, and I hate doing the marabou. I got the fan on. I'm sweating my butt off in here tonight. Just trying to get tackle reestablished. What the heck happened to this thing? All right. Aha, here we go. Ooh, almost made a mistake. I want the white on the bottom. Yeah, I've been going through all kinds of tackle, and guys, I don't know what it is. And I've been selling some stuff on eBay. I found some deals on things, and I've been kind of wheeling and dealing, moving stuff around. But people have been unloading some of the stuff I really look for, like some bomber. Here we are. Some bombers that have been 14As, 24As. I'm thinking about getting some. I'm not big into wake baits, but the long egg is a jerk bait, but it can be used. I've been watching videos on that as a wake bait. Probably one of the best, even though it's not really what it was designed for. But anyway, so people have been selling this stuff for pretty cheap that I've been seeing. So I've been snatching it up. Like the cotton cord. I had never was a cotton cordell fan until I tried the Rippling Redfin, which I really like that. Nobody's ever done a video on that, so I need to do a video on that. And then the CC Shad, I did that one. Man, that was a lot of fun doing that. Guys, I'm telling you, if you've never thrown the CC Shad, you got to do it. Check that out. That looks good right there. Let me get this off. All right, let's go. I'm here mumbling to myself. This stuff, guys, excellent stuff. Man, I hadn't used any of my nail polish in forever. I was using that to touch up lures and stuff. Check out this little guy. Now remember, when it gets wet in the water, it'll flatten out, but look at the blue flash. See the fish pick up on that. Look at that. Man, this is the pattern right there. Then I can do red ones. This is going to be the pattern from here on out. That's it. I can swap it out with gray. That's it. That's going to be my money pattern right there. I got to get with it. So I'll try to make some more videos of doing that. Hey, what's going on here? So I can do gold flash, more blue, even white. All right, I'm packing some stuff up here, guys. I gotta make some phone calls and send some emails, but I just wanted to jump on and say hello and just say I'm trying to follow YouTube's little go live, do this, do that. But I mean, I guess it's making a difference. I'm not too worried about it. I started doing this as more like a video diary for me, so I can kind of see, because we forget stuff. I go back and watch these all the time, like throwing tubes or what I was doing for Northern Pike, and they're a big help. So I don't mind jumping on and doing the live stuff. If the channel grows, it grows. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I still have these videos that I can cherish, and enjoy. But a lot of people don't realize my favorite fish to catch is Northern Pike, and it's not even close. And they're like, what? Those toothy things? I love it. The fight, how they hit. They're really a sensitive fish that you got to be careful with once the temperature gets up. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to fix something over here. Once the temperature gets up into the high 70s, the water temperature, you really got to be careful with them. But I love catching them. Then, of course, I love catching my Texas largemouth. Well, actually, largemouth all over. And then the smallmouth I catch up north, the walleye. So I'm kind of looking to see if I can break some PBs with Andrew. I hope he's going to let me record when I'm up there. But we're going to be doing some multi-species. So I'm going to try to break a 19.5-inch, 5-pound smallmouth, which I think we can do. We're going to try to get an 18-plus inch walleye, which should be easy. And then largemouth, my PB largemouth up there. I've got it in a video. What was it? I can't, 16 something. My biggest PB was here in Texas, and it's hanging on the wall right up there. That was a big, dang near 8-pounder. Nice big fish on a KVD big bullworm. bouncing that along. So, and then we're gonna hopefully if we get a muskie, that'll be a bonus. I've never caught one, so that's my plan for fishing with Andrew Ragas up in Wisconsin. So he does a lot of YouTube stuff. He's writes for some magazines, and he's got a blog and a newsletter, or a newsletter, not a blog. And then he's got his social media, and he's always doing something. So that trip's all pretty much paid for. Got the lodging all set. So that's coming up. I'm hoping he'll let me record. So if not, I know he'll be taking pictures for me, and as we catch fish. And then I may start working on a bucket list where I try to catch a fish, any kind of fish in all the Great Lakes. We'll start basic. Then maybe we can bump it up to a bass, and then maybe a pike in each one. But I think this summer there's a chance I can knock out 3 of them. If not, then for next summer. But anyway, so that's pretty much it. I'm trying to see if there's any deal. Oh yeah, if you got a Dick's Sporting Goods around you, get in there now, because they've got a deal going. You buy 5 6 cents lures, and they have some other lures from different companies in there. You can get 5 free. Get in there and buy them. I haven't bought any of them because I've got way too much 6 cent stuff. If you, ooh, what is this? Almost knocked that over. If you don't know what 6 cents is, it's a lure company out of Texas. It's got like Lee Livesey, or Livesey, excuse me. It's got Ben Milliken and a whole bunch of other guys. They put out some premium hard baits. They do some soft baits too, but they're a great company. So I've got a ton of their stuff. I don't fish it on camera as often as I probably should, because I'm always doing bombers and Bagleys and things like that. But I need to start doing more 6 cents. It's because it's a modern, bait, and I kind of like doing some of the older stuff. But anyway, so there's some deals going on there at Dick's Sporting Goods. Get in there. You buy 5, you'll get 5 free. So go check that out. I think Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's are doing their like a spring special, Memorial Day. They did a Mother's Day thing. Now it's a Memorial's Day deal. Some of them are even getting their summertime Father's Day stuff going. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And the other thing is, jump on eBay and look for old stuff. I'm always tinkering on there. I got some Smithwicks that are absolutely fantastic. Let me grab those. They're right over here. Good thing I remembered that. Woo. Check out these colors. This guy was selling them, 4 of them, and I got them for 25 bucks. Check out the color on this. In the water, it's going to look completely different. Check that out. Man. Come on, let's not get all hooked up here. Here's another one in that same color. The key thing is the gut bag down there, because the fish can see that when you're twitching it, when it turns a little, that flash. And then here's one in a darker color. These are Smithwicks. So a lot of people are like, oh man, you can't throw them. They don't. I never have any issues with throwing them. They're like, oh, you got to throw the mixed stick or this or that. And I do have, here it is. Here's the other color. Check out that. Down in the water. That's going to look good. I do have some different kinds of them, of jerk baits. Do you guys know who Byron Belvick is? He was on The Bachelor, a great angler, and he did Sports Center, but Bass Center. He sent me one of these when I bought one of the lures off of his eBay page. So I talk to him every once in a while. He lives in Texas now. He was on The Bachelor, and he hosted Sports Center, but for Bass Center. That's when ESPN owned Bass. Check out this old school dude. Man, oh man. Look at the bill on that. And then here's a 6 cents right here. Provoke. Look at that bone color. So I've got a bunch of their stuff. I just don't throw very much. Here's another Livingston right here. Maybe it was this one Byron sent me, and then this one. This one can change colors. It's got some instructions in here. The difference is clear. Oh, it's sound technology. Electronic bait fish sounds. Smart chip. Well, I hadn't had a chance to get this thing to go. You got to push some stuff and work on it, but I don't know. Maybe when I'm done with all the school stuff, I'll get that rolling. Anyway, all right, so there's some Livingston. And then these, if I go fishing with my cousins this summer and we go trolling, these guys right here. Deepwater Smithwicks, and this color is perfect. Look at the bill on that sucker. This is called the top 20, gets down to 20 feet. Check that out. The nose just buries down in the rock and gravel and shell beds. Kicks up a lot of silt. That's good stuff right there. So we control that. I got a Perfect 10, which is a little bit shallower. Then they have an Elite 8. But these Smithwicks, I really like them. And then here's a Bomber 24A, smaller. Look at this gold color. I've also got it in kind of like a shad pattern. These things are phenomenal too. And then I got a couple of these skitter props. Look at this one melted because I've got it on a Z-Man. But it gives it some character. It's got some gashes in there. This is a little spy bait. I know everyone's like, oh, you got to throw the spy bait in the wintertime. I'll throw it year-round and I can catch fish on it. I've got that also in a Fire Tiger. So I'm going to be throwing these this summer up north. And then one of my favorite baits that I've talked about from Cotton Cordell that I've thrown, but I need to throw it a lot more. That's the problem, is if I threw these baits exclusively and wouldn't throw anything else, I'd catch way more fish. This Rippling Redfin, check that out. Check out the body style on that thing. The waves on it. And I put some weights on there to help it suspend a little more. It's a great color. Little blood on there. These are fun to throw. All right, so we went through the Smithwicks. When you see those deals on eBay where people are just, they're unloading stuff and you can get cool stuff like that for next to nothing, man, that's awesome. What am I doing here? All right, it's time to go. All right, guys, until next time, I will see you then. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hey, start getting some t-shirts of the old stuff. So we got Bomber, I got Rattle Trap, I've got the Lee Lewis shirts. So get some stuff. Go back, bring this old stuff back. Cotton Cordell, outdoor cap company that's here in Texas. And this is that cool trucker's cap. Man, it's just perfect, nice and smooth. But anyway, I gotta go. All right, until next time, I will see you then. Bye-bye.